who popped up everywhere along the way that she was at while she was down there. And within a week or so after that meeting, going to seeing her there, I received a phone call from the local librarian who happened to double as the wife of the chair of the Democratic Committee at that time, saying that she got a call that the Attorney General wanted me to come to Richmond for a meeting with her. So of course, I'm super excited about this meeting going to Richmond. So had no idea what the meeting was for, but when I got there, it was to meet Bill Thomas, who she had, I guess, talked to him a little bit about me and helped this great young guy who's really enthusiastic, and what can you do to help him? After meeting him, we talked about opportunities where I ultimately took advantage of, that I took a leap of faith and left home to go to boarding school for my last 2 years of high school. That he kind of took this the opportunity to help me be able to do that, to better prepare myself leaving rural Virginia, giving me a better opportunity in preparation to ultimately go on to college, which was a huge change for me because at that point, most folks, including family members who left Lunenburg, going to the military was the option for them to leave, not necessarily going to college, and that trajectory changed for me. And from that point forward, he and his family have became my second family. That he provided a lot of firsts for me. Again, small town. Of course, at 16, I had never flown on an airplane before. Well, they call it an airport down where I grew up at, but really it's just a paved strip for a lot of folks who have maybe small little prop planes and things. Well, he sent his then law firm's private plane down to pick me up to go do the visit of my boarding school. And this was the very first time I'd ever been on a plane, myself and the pilot. So it was a very interesting, little nervous wracking point, but fun nevertheless. So that was the first. Going to California, his daughter, who consider as my big sister now, lived in California. Got to go out there to visit her. That was my first time going. That was the first commercial flight, going out there to visit her. But he has done that for a lot of folks within the political world, because that's where a lot of folks, he's been advisors to many governors and folks in the political world across the Commonwealth. But took the time to get to know me, took the time to become a person who I looked at as a mentor. When I decided to first run for office in 2008 for the city council, he was the very first person I talked to about that opportunity to do that, and got great advice from him. Got great advice from him when an important vote came on city council, which ultimately cost me my seat on the city council. But he says sometimes, doing the right thing isn't always the most popular thing to do, but as long as you know you did the right thing, it's a good place for you. And I landed here, and I've loved every minute of being here on the school board. And again, with that one, you do a lot of great things on the school board, but you don't get a lot of thanks until you do something that folks kind of don't like a lot. Then you hear a lot more from them at that point. But it was a sad day when he passed away late last year, but it was, he's been a great mentor for me, and I just wanted to take a minute just to say publicly of just, a person of his stature taking the time to become a mentor to me, where he didn't really have to do that, but he really did, and have been a part of his family for now well over 20 years. So it's been great. And tomorrow, having the memorial service for him is going to be a bittersweet moment to say goodbye to a person who has meant a lot to me and the life that I have been able to live right now. So thank you all for indulging me for a minute.
Thank you, Mr. Webb, and anything I could possibly say after that's going to be superfluous. So That was.
I tried, Greg.
extremely
I
touching.
tried, said laugh.
I'm glad you're going to be able to do that. I'm sorry that you have to, but I'm glad you're able to. All right, so we'll move on then to we have two sets of minutes for approval, minutes of September 17th, 2019, and October 8th, 2019. Gravity is still working in the room, that's always nice. Unless I see any objection, I would seek unanimous consent to approve these minutes as presented. Seeing none, so ordered. And then we have two items for board review, our monthly membership and enrollment numbers, and a list of events for school board representation, which I would just highlight three items of Friday the 21st in the morning. I believe Gilbane is still planning a topping out party for the Steel at the new high school, so that's exciting. And then on the evening, International Night at TJ, and then on Saturday morning, those who can attend will be at the Hard Hat Tour for the new high school. Sadly, I can't be there as I have to go out to JMU for another event, but there we are. So with all of that, unless there is any final comment or thought from anyone, Ms. Downs.
Mr. It's more of a housekeeping question maybe for Marty, but now that the liaisons have been set, do we reach out to the groups or you'll reach out to them? Okay.
I was gonna wait till I got past tonight, and then I've got it all set up for tomorrow, and give out the form to everyone. I think that everyone's updated.
Okay, any other final questions or thoughts? If not, we stand adjourned. Thank you very much.